welcome back to Austin.
I'm here! No, sorry. Went too big too fast.
That's fine. We met about a year ago, and we kept in touch, and thank you so much for keeping your word to sit down and chat.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing, man. This is a pleasure for me. Yeah.
Great. You appeared on many shows, including The Late Show with David Letterman, Last Comic Standing, The Office, Comedy Central, Arsenio Hall. The list goes on and on and on. What is it like? Like, how do you feel when you get that call and you're like, hey, you're going to be on an Arsenio Hall show? What is that feeling like?
That is a nice list. Yeah, it is. Hey, the call is, it's the moment artists wait for. You work hard every day, and then when the phone rings and they're like, man, they want you. You're just like, it's an amazing feeling. And everyone's different. For prestigious reasons, for people watching it reasons, buzz. Like, for instance, Arsenio, man, was more like, it was like the buzz. It was finally like, all right, I'm doing something. Black people really view this a lot, which is great. And the crazy part about it, when I booked it, they were just like, do whatever.
Wow.
You know how some, they're like, all right, we need to know exactly what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. They saw me once and they were like, yeah, you come Tuesday.
Just do whatever you want to do, whatever's in your heart.
Oh, man. It was amazing. So the call's amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, you have the biggest smile in America.
Yeah, man. I'm glad my head is finally catching up to the size of my teeth, man. It feels good.
That's what our parents always say, his body will catch up with his head.
Yeah, man, right.
But yeah, you have the biggest smile in America, and you do.
In America.
That's mine. I started that, yeah. And so, but you use your teeth a lot. Like, you talk about your teeth a lot in your comedy.
I know my problem, though. You know what problem? I'm not thugging it out hard enough. I gotta thug it out a little bit harder. I'm just not thugging it out hard enough. It's hard to thug it out when you got big-ass teeth. People think I'm happy because I got big-ass teeth. They be like, Mike, you're so positive about life. Is that the reason you're always smiling? Is that it? No, it's just when I close my mouth, it's uncomfortable. It hurts. I can only thug it out for a limited time. I'm like, what though? What? I will beat your ass.
So I gotta ask you, like, were you teased as a kid growing up about your teeth?
Oh, easy. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, man, but I'm not the only one in my family with big ass teeth either, man. Like, so we was getting each other. So it's like, how you gonna say that when you got them too, But then when you get outside the house, people try to clown on the back of the bus. Mm-hmm. But now I know all the jokes.
Right.
So it's like one of those movie scenes where you're like, you gonna say this about my teeth. And I can say it first. So, yeah, there's no hiding them.
Now speaking about your comedy, how did you know when it was time for you to go on the road? When your comedy was so good, it's like, you know what, I'm taking my show on the road.
Oh, man, that's how you would like it to be, where we decide. It's not like that. You just want to go on the road the entire time, and then people call you, and they're like, hey, you want to open for me? Or you want to travel up to Oregon somewhere, and you're like, hell yeah. So early comedy, man, it's like, it's a disaster, man, because you'll drive like 500 miles for $50. But you're like, I'm living my dream. And when they hand you that $50, you like, look to God, and you're like, we did it. That's why I like that.
Well, so you are successful, and a lot of people want to transition and from one thing to another. For example, sometimes an athlete always wants to be a rapper.
Oh, absolutely.
And so if someone came to you and was like, okay, Mike, you're doing good, but I'm going to need you to get a part-time job. What would that job be?
A rapper. I want to rap too. That's what I wish I was a rapper now.
Really?
I feel like there's a mini block that I'm still trying to get out of my system, even as a comedian. Like there's some type of something I'm not doing yet. But if I was a rapper, man, no filter, just going all balls out.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't fly, man. People don't want a rapper that, like we talked about earlier, with big ass teeth that look happy. You know, you don't want to support that rapper. You gotta have street cred. You gotta kill somebody or just something, you know. So
exactly.
So,
have you ever been in a bad mood before a show?
Oh man, all the time, man. Me and my lady, shoot, we fight, man. Sometimes I'm like, is she doing this on purpose? Like she wants me to be pissed off at the show? Man, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, you get into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, before shows, but man, you gotta you gotta transition that energy into the stage. So yeah.
See, you're such a comedian. When you were saying that, I thought you were playing. So I didn't know. You
know?
Man,
See,
you know, hey.
I'm hard to take serious, man. I look at myself sometimes and laugh, man. It's in me. It's in me somewhere.
So what brings you joy?
Oh man, what brings me joy? Family. Family brings me joy, man. The ability to be able to do what I'm doing and connect. It's wild how much of a common thread it is in so many different people, from here to Canada to Japan to wherever I go, man. It's like people are like, man, me too. After the show, me too. My wife does that. I'm like that. It's wild.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, man, it's heartwarming.
Now you're gonna love this. You probably didn't even know that I knew this, but where does Mike Motorbike come from?
Dang, man, that was like preschool. Man, they had two of them, man. Like the kids had got together and like worked this out in advance. It was Mike Motorbike, and then they was hitting me with Michael Motorcycle, man. That's straight disrespect. And this is preschool. That's super old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I wonder why.
I don't know. You have no idea.
Yeah, because you a kid, man. You don't know why they start clowning you out of nowhere. You know, was my lunchbox yellow?
I know.
And nobody else had one, so they was hating. I don't know.
You just don't know where it came from.
Maybe that's the pain that I hold inside to why I started doing this, man. Maybe I haven't got over that somehow.
Yeah. So what's next for Mike E. Winfield?
You know, I'm just trying to sell shows. I'm trying to sell the special too. I got to record a comedy special. Because now I'm at this point where I got all this content. I got all these jokes. Sometimes I open old books and I'm like, dang, I don't even do that anymore. And it's just sitting there. So I want it out, sell it, move on, tell the next batch of jokes. That's all you want to do as an artist, is drop art and move on.
Exactly.
And be able to do it.
Exactly.
You know, people want to be able to do their craft, you know, and that's the tough part, man, is to get booked and to working continuously. So it's a business.
Now, I have on your shirt, which
I
got from the first show and have been harassing you because I was going to sit you down. We're going to do an interview.
Yeah,
but you got to, I was listening to the comedy, but you got to tell me, what does it mean? Like, what is it? You don't steal the cake mix and you ain't stole the bowl. What does it mean?
You don't know that?
No.
I must not have did that joke that night. That's wild. That's so tough to explain that if someone is watching, tell her. Hey man, you don't steal the cake mix if you ain't stole the ball.
So I gotta watch. I gotta go.
Yeah, man, that's on some other level.
Right,
that came about from being in a hotel room for too long over the course of weeks, and you just got a pen and coffee and nothing to do, and you just sitting there. And now, man, like if you do a Twitter search and like "don't steal the cake mix," it just pops up. It goes crazy, man, because people just say it now. It's something that you use when you in an argument, and you know, like you're done talking, but they won't shut up. You ever been in that one where you're like, it's over? Why are we still talking? You just want it over. You deliver the line. You deliver it on a rapidly walk off. It ends the whole fight. You just what now? You still the cake mix and you ain't stole the ball, and you dip.
And that's it.
And then just standing there.
Got him.
You win. It's a victory. You walk off. You don't have to argue anymore. It's to diffuse conflict.
Well, it's been amazing watching your journey, and and I know that it is still going on. But there are people, there are comedians who are about to put the pen down, and I know that for a little while, for a year, you put the pen down, and I don't know if you went back and you started working, but I know for a year you did that. But for those people, those comedians that are out there. Give them a word of encouragement.
Hey man, hustle, which everyone's doing. But don't talk about it, like actually do it. There's time that people don't even see that we put in. Like there's hours of writing, there's hours of open mics at crappy places, but you keep grinding. But man, what I think people take for granted is you gotta shine too. You gotta be able to just pop. You know, in a room when there's like 20 comics, man, you should be the one when they're like, man, remember that one dude, he said that one joke? You gotta be that guy, and that's not for comedy, that's for all art, man. You just gotta, you know, it's important to shine, and it's important to love what you do. Because, man, if you keep chasing the dollars, man, you start to hate it.
Oh, right.
Because I feel like it's good to be, it's good to be ambitious, but not necessarily have expectations.
Right.
I think expectations is what breeds the negativity inside people. Because they're like, man, I should have that. That should be me. I should get, you know, and that's where the anger and all that stuff comes from, man. So, yeah, man, people got to hustle, and they got to shine, and they got to put the work in.
All right. Well, with that biggest smile in America, you got to smile.
Hilarious.
Look in the camera and give us that big smile.
Hey, man, I was gonna hold it. That's weird. Nobody ever told you to do that, man. Just smile at the camera. What's up, y'all? What's good? It's Mikey Winfield with BLAQUELINE Entertainment TV. All access. What's good?